Viewers of Pakistan and the rest of the world, Ray Shams bringing you a fantabulous and most dynamic program around the globe, which is full of legends, celebrities, politicians, current affairs, entertainment, sports, and much more. So stay tuned on your favorite TV channel, CNN. Good evening viewers, it's Ray Shams. Today is 4th of July 2020, another outbreak day of COVID-19. Viewers, today the 100 days of COVID-19 is over in Pakistan. But this virus is still there. We are still facing this pandemic. Viewers, today the topic we will discuss about the significance of the testing kits to detect the COVID-19. Some rumors are floating nowadays that the testing kits are not reliable and some other test has to be required to detect the COVID-19. For this important topic, I have invited one of the renowned doctors of Pakistan from Capital Hospital, Islamabad, Dr. Farhan. Good evening, Dr. Farhan.
Thank you very much.
How are you today?
Thank you.
You are the front warriors of this COVID-19, and you are dealing with the virus. And I hope you and your family are safe at the moment, right? And I salute you because the 100 days of COVID-19 is over today. So it's a special day for you, isn't it?
Thank you very much. Alhamdulillah, my family and I am safe.
Right.
And we are treating the patient actively on the front line.
Brilliant. So what's the feeling that today is the 100 days of COVID-19 is over? What's the feel like?
As the COVID is a lethal disease, initially there is so much critical situation or panic situation was produced in the entire world,
Yeah.
including the Pakistan.
Right.
So initially we are very in a difficult phase because this is a novel virus.
Yeah.
Because there is no previous history.
That's right.
Novel means the new.
That's right.
So this we have no.
And this NMB can't be seen.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Because this is a microorganism.
That's right.
We have no previous exposure to this virus.
That's right.
So this is all things are new for us.
That's right.
How to manage this patient, how to treat,
That's right.
how to protect the others from this disease.
Right.
So with passage of time, alhamdulillah, we are treating patients actively and the patient are recovered, and the more than 1 lakh patient has been recovered from this disease.
Yes.
And then
We will say the 100 days of COVID-19 is over, and mostly 1 million people of Pakistan has been recovered from COVID-19. The topic we're going to discuss about the significance of the kits. So I'm going to take you straight to the topic. I'm going to ask from Dr. Farhan about the significance of the testing kits to detect the COVID-19. Dr. Farhan, my first question. Tell me in a simple words, what is the significance of the testing kit?
okay, as COVID-19 is a respiratory disease,
Right.
we need some special test
Yeah.
to diagnose this disease.
Right.
So there are special tests for the diagnosis in the early stage, like a patient have a symptoms of the fever, cough, myalgias.
Right.
And on the first day of these symptoms, we can diagnose the disease through PCR.
Right.
That is the real-time PCR, polymerase chain reaction.
Okay.
This test shows the quantity and the quality of a virus.
Right.
So there are two types of these tests: quantitative and qualitative.
Right.
The quantitative shows number
Right.
of virus,
Right.
that is in millions,
Mhm.
in millions, 1 ml or 1 cc.
Right.
So, and that's the qualitative shows that the virus is present or not present.
Right.
So only detect
So we're going to detect it by the qualitative and a
or
quantitative.
a quantitative.
Okay.
So, but in our setup, we are using only the qualitative test,
Okay.
because the cost of this test is very much
Right.
high cost.
Okay.
So patient cannot afford this expensive test.
Right.
The only qualitative test indicate the virus is present in the body or
Right.
not present.
Okay.
So we can see any report. There's a mention detected
Right.
or not detected.
Okay.
Detected means test is positive for virus.
Right.
There is a virus in the body.
Okay.
And not detected means there is no virus in the body and patient is free from the coronavirus.
So they're going to detect. So they're going to detect as negative.
As an active. Not detected means negative.
Right. So the viewers, for the detection, it will shows about the positive, right? And if it is not detected, it will be declared as a negative. On your behalf, viewers, I'm going to ask a very interesting question to the Dr. Farhan right now, because he's a front warrior for the COVID patients. Dr. Farhan, do you know, I've seen some of the patients, they said suspected,
Yes.
right? And some they got confirmed positive, some got confirmed negative, and sometimes the kit goes for repeat. Have you seen this experience
Yes,
before?
yes.
Okay.
So, suspected are those. Basically, initially we label the patient as a exposed patient,
Okay.
confirmed patient,
Right.
and that's a treated patient.
That's right.
Suppose one patient has a symptoms
Okay.
and confirm on the basis of diagnosis. These is confirmed
Right.
case,
Right.
and these patient exposed to the other patients, other normal persons. So those have no symptoms, but exposure with the confirmed disease patient is considered as a carrier phase,
Okay.
because this virus has 2 to 14 days of incubation period.
That's right.
Suppose me, I exposed to a confirmed case of COVID.
Okay.
So I have no symptom till 2 to 14 days,
Right.
because virus enter into my body and then replicate in the body.
Okay.
And when there is the level of virus load reach some specific limit,
Right.
then the symptoms appear in the body. So this period is known as the incubation period. There is a no symptom, but the patient have a virus in the body. They can transmit.
I'll hold you here, Dr. Farhan. One quick thing came in mind. I'm going to ask with the share with the viewers. Viewers, I'm going to ask one more question from Dr. Farhan. Might be, and you have to share this views and your comments with me after this program. For example, if in the first 7 days the patient has no symptoms and he or she might think, well, let's have a corona test, and he or she detected as a negative, but after 8th day, on the 8th day, he or she, if you go to the again, might be go for the test again, might be going to get test for a positive. So this is the phenomena, or the what you can say, the confusion came through. That's I need to clear from the Dr. Farhan. That's the first 7 days the patient has no symptoms and he or she went for do the test and they shows as a negative. But on the 8th day, the symptoms get through again and they're going to do a negative, the positive test. So that's a confusion I'm going to ask Dr. Farhan.
Yes.
Dr. Farhan,
So that's,
point?
this is basically incubation periods.
Right.
And this patient average incubation period time is 2 to 14. In some people there is a 2 days
Okay.
post exposure to a specific patient or confirmation.
That's right.
And there's some patient to the 14 days. So these 2 to 14 days the patient has no symptoms, and the mostly patient goes to a labs or other test areas and give a test.
That's
and the test become a negative, because the reason behind is the virus load is less in the body. So after the incubation period 2 to 14 days, then after the 14 days, completion of the 14 days, the symptoms appear in the body.
Dr.
Like
Dr. Farhan, you will explain the percentage of this testing kit right now or later?
later I will discuss.
Okay. So my next question is, as you explained the sub-term called PCR,
Yes.
right? For the viewers, they are well known about the PCR. Can you please explain what is PCR and its significance?
Okay. Basically, we detect a virus load, number of virus in the body.
Okay,
This is the this is the respiratory disease.
that's right.
So the virus enter into the body through the nose or through the mouth,
Right.
and retain in the nasal area or throat, and then into the lung.
Right.
So the PCR test, basically this is the test, the method how to take a sample.
That's right.
So this is a basically wooden stick
Right.
containing a cotton,
Cotton, yeah.
and that's the area of nasal area,
That's
because the viruses are present in the nasal area,
right.
and the other is the pharyngeal area, that's the oral cavity or the throat.
That's right.
So,
So if for example, if I did the test of the COVID, they put the nasal stuff in my nose
nose,
or the throat, right?
yes, both
Right. Okay.
Both.
So do you have to do the test both?
sides.
Okay, both
Yes.
sides. Okay, that's fine.
Both sides, because that's a virus load is high in the nasal and the pharyngeal and the throat area, basically.
Right, okay.
So these are the highest level of virus in the first 7 days of symptoms.
Right.
Symptoms mean there is a fever, myalgias, body pain, fatigue,
Okay.
थकावट जिसे कहते हैं आम
So
दौरान.
so you trying to say that PCR is a reliable test to do to detect COVID-19?
Yes. Now, we have a limited options for the diagnosis of the COVID-19,
Right.
because this is a novel disease.
Okay.
We have no specific type of investigation tools available in the entire world, not in Pakistan.
Right.
So the PCR test is basically sensitivity of only 60 to 70%. So we perform test in the 100 patients.
Okay.
The only 6 to 70 patient will be positive, and remaining 40% patient will be negative. So because that's it, there is a sensitive. The reason behind this, because the sensitivity, viral load, and also the method, skill, techniques, transportation of the sample to the lab, and how to take sample techniques, and also performing the test.
So the thing which I can see just right now, how to take the sample, it is important. Number one,
Yes.
testing kit has to be reliable.
Reliable,
Two,
yes.
and number three, when the 100 patient test going to be in the machine, it's going to take 6 to 8 hours or maybe 24 hours. It's going to get the results. So we try to say like that, me and you, that if the test, the kits, I mean, it's not 100% accurate.
Exact 600%. I mean, accuracy means sensitivity. On the other hand, is a test is accurate,
Okay.
but sensitivity peak depending upon the techniques, transportation, because that's a sample transportation requires a minus centigrade
Yes.
cold
Yes.
cold chain.
Cold chain.
If the cold chain break, the sample will
Exactly. So might be going to detect positive.
yes.
Yes.
And the similarly,
Because in Europe and other countries, I've seen there's some special bands with the chillers, like
Exactly.
the -10, -16 temperature in this, and the frozen samples going to go inside, and they could take to the lab or to the pathology labs, right?
Exactly.
But this facility is lacking nowadays. Do you think that?
no, is present, but the maybe there is a the skill issues or technique issues,
Right.
and another point of view that may be the skill issues. But this is not the specifically in the Pakistan problem in the Pakistan, but this is also problem in the entire world. The world also facing this problem,
Right,
because
Dr. Farhan, as the world is facing this common pandemic, as we are facing, this 100 days of COVID-19 is over in
Over.
Pakistan. My next question is a very important question for the viewers. I think you have observed this experience already. That why the attendants of the patients complain that their tests are negative, right? But they are still in COVID ward. Viewers, the experiences might be you or your relatives or your loved ones might be heard over this scene that the patient have a negative test, but they still be in a COVID ward. Let me ask Dr. Farhan again about this vital issue on this. Yeah.
yes, as I have already discussed, the sensitivity of the PCR is the only 60 to 70% in the
Right.
throughout the world.
Right.
And the point is, we are not focusing on the PCR test nowadays.
Okay.
We are focusing on the patient's symptoms. If patient have features of fever, high grade fever,
Okay.
more than 99 Fahrenheit to 103 Fahrenheit temperature, along with body aches, pain, fatigue,
Right.
along with cough.
Okay.
Then we have suspected these patients are COVID, because the reason is this is the pandemic situation.
That's right.
So every fever with feature of COVID-like,
Right.
then we're considering these as a COVID-19. We consider, and for this thing, we are performing a different type of test, which
Right.
indicate that this patient is from suffering from the COVID disease,
Right.
because there are the other tests like a blood CP, blood complete picture.
That's
In
right.
the blood complete picture, we focus on the WC, that is the white blood cell, and these white blood cells, there is a differential of this white blood cell shows there is a lymphopenia. Lymphopenia means lymphocyte decreasing in pattern, and
So
this is
I'll hold you here again. Do you know when the dengue fever normally
Yeah.
comes, right? In the dengue fever, the platelets normally goes down. As the same thing happens in the COVID-19 as well?
exactly.
Okay.
The COVID-19 is also a viral infection, RNA virus, and the dengue is also RNA virus.
Okay.
Both have similar RNA virus.
Okay.
So both act on the blood picture.
Right.
So this is also act on the blood picture, but this effect on the lymphocytes. The
Lymphocytes,
dengue
okay.
effect on the direct TLC, total leukocytes.
Okay. So normally when we take the blood sample, so this says TLC.
Exactly.
Okay.
TLC is decreasing in pattern in the case of dengue
Dengue,
fever,
okay.
along with platelets on the lower side.
Okay.
But this disease does not hit the total leukocytes,
Okay.
but it hit the differential of the TLC.
Okay.
That is a neutrophil, that is a lymphocyte.
That's
so to
right.
decrease the lymphocyte, that pattern is lymphopenia. But in some cases,
And I'm sure the viewers might be including paramedic staff, doctors, the young doctors, the students of medical. This is a very vital program. You must heard Dr. Farhan's words. The terminology is normally used. It goes in the future. You must face the dengue and all the other pandemics. So this is really important at the moment.
so the normal lymphocytes count is to
Okay.
20 to 40%. But in most of the cases, we have seen
Dr.
there is a
Farhan, can you please tell me the levels of platelets?
yes, the normal level of platelets in the body is more than 1,50,000.
Okay, the normal body, the level of platelets should be 1,50,000. Right.
But with the dengue fever, the platelets is highly reduced,
Okay.
because that's directly reduce the platelets count, and the mostly cases of the dengue present with the platelets count of 50,000, 60,000, 70, 80, 90, and less than 1,50,000.
That's
So
right.
we are focusing on that platelets.
That's
But in this disease, platelets is decreasing pattern, but this is not on the aggressive pattern,
Right.
aggressive level. But this is a
Right, Dr. Farhan, we're going for the short break.
Yeah.
Viewers, we're going for the short break. After the break, we're going to ask some important questions and feedback from the Dr. Farhan. Take a break.
Viewers of Pakistan and the rest of the world, Ray Shams bringing you a fantabulous and most dynamic program around the globe, which is full of legends, celebrities, politicians, current affairs, entertainment, sports, and much more. So stay tuned on your favorite TV channel, JNN.
जब छाँव धूप में बदलेगी, जब गरीब के घर का चूल्हा बुझेगा, जब इंसाफ एक मुश्किल पहेली बन जाए, जब तालीम और रोजगार आम आदमी के लिए नायाब हो जाएगा, तब मेरे मुल्क के हर एक कोने से एक ही आवाज आएगी, ये तो होगा।
Viewers of Pakistan and the rest of the world, Ray Shams bringing you a fantabulous and most dynamic program around the globe, which is full of legends, celebrities, politicians, current affairs, entertainment, sports, and much more. So stay tuned on your favorite TV channel, CNN.
हर नया सूरज पाकिस्तान में एक नया मसला साथ लिए तुलू होता है और दिन इन्हीं मसाइल के हल के नजर हो जाते हैं। हमारी सियासी रवायात हमें अपने दिलो जान से अजीज है, मगर अब कोई इल्जाम नहीं, कोई बहस नहीं, कोई ब्रेकिंग न्यूज नहीं, क्योंकि मैं रखता हूं सवाल का और मांगता हूं जवाब दलील के साथ।
हम पहुंचाएंगे मजलूम की आवाज ईवानों में बैठे हुक्मरानों तक।
हम दिखाएंगे जालिम से लेकर मजलूम तक जुर्म की हर दास्तान।
अब जुर्म हो या मुजरिम बच नहीं पाएगा JNN के रिडार से।
हम करेंगे बेनिकाब जुर्म की दुनिया से जुड़े हर शख्स को।
तूफानों से आंख मिलाओ, सैलाबों पर वार करो, छोड़ो इन मल्लाहों का चक्कर, तैर के दरिया पार करो। हम बनेंगे हक और सच की आवाज, क्योंकि हम हैं टीम फर्शनास।
Viewers of Pakistan and the rest of the world, Ray Shams bringing you a fantabulous and most dynamic program around the globe, which is full of legends, celebrities, politicians, current affairs, entertainment, sports, and much more. So stay tuned on your favorite TV channel, CNN.
Welcome back, viewers. Viewers, today, the second half, we're going to talk about pregnant women and they're facing the COVID-19. For this crucial matter, I've called one of the guests on the audio link, Dr. Rabia, one of the renowned doctor of Pakistan from Capital Hospital, Islamabad. We're trying to contact on the audio link. Good evening, Dr. Rabia.
Good evening, thank you.
Dr. Rabia, first of all, today the COVID-19 100 days are over, right? And I salute you that you guys are the front warriors to save our lives. Quickly, the first question we're going to ask you about this pregnant women to protect them from COVID-19. How are we going to protect the pregnant women from the COVID-19?
Actually, you know, there are no specific vaccines or medicines for the COVID-19. Treatment are under investigations and can be tested under clinical trials and obviously with the help of the protective measures. So the protective measures are the only weapons with the help of which we can control the transmission of the disease.
Right.
First of all, self-isolation is very important and it can be from 2 to 14 days approximately. because the
Okay.
incubation period of corona is 2 to 14 days, and in this period the symptoms can occur and one can infect the others. So keeping mobile and hydrated, if one is isolating, it is very important to decrease the risk of the blood clots in pregnancy.
Right.
And obviously the frequent hand washing for at least 20 seconds, including the back of the hands or the mid of the fingers, and avoid hand shaking and embracing each other. Use of alcohol-based sanitizers are very important in the absence of water. Maintain the 6 feet or the 2 meter distances in the public places. And in the pregnant patients specifically, there are some specific yogas or the pilates which are present for their fitness. So
Yeah.
pregnant women should carry out these things and avoid contact with obviously those patients who are having the symptoms, and avoid to go to public places. And 6 visits are necessary for every pregnant patient in whole 40 weeks of the gestation.
Right.
I think every pregnant patient should avoid the unnecessary visits to the hospital. Yeah.
Dr. Rabia, can you please briefly explain, some medicines like the people normally take the Azomax, the formula of Rapamycin and the Augmentin and all antibiotics, right? If the patient is in home, right, and she is pregnant, is it okay for her that she can have some type of medicines to protect her and the baby?
It depends upon the severity of the disease. There are the 4 categories of the diseases, mild, moderate,
Right.
severe, and
Right.
the critical forms.
Right.
If some patient have the mild to moderate form, like she is having the cold-like fever, or some have the low-grade fever along with the myalgias, arthralgias, or running nose, not the severity of symptoms are increasing, or if oxygen saturation is not less than 94%, then there is no need of any medication.
Right.
And we can, these patients can manage easily with the help of the hydration, good diet, or with the help of the protective measures.
Right.
But if
Dr. Rabia, as you know, Dr. Farhan is in our studio. And I'm going to ask the question for both of you, and it's a vital question, right?
Yeah.
For example, that's if the woman is pregnant, right, and she's expecting the baby. She can't go to the hospital, and she is alone herself. So what's the procedure to isolate her? So this question is both of you. Dr. Farhan is here, and Dr. Rabia for you as well. The question is for both of you. So can you please explain to me, Dr. Farhan, you first.
Yeah. As Dr. has discussed the things, basically COVID is divided into the 4 categories.
That's right.
That's a mild, moderate, severe, and the criticals.
Okay.
So in the cases of the mild, moderate cases, where the oxygen saturation is not less than 94%.
That's right.
So it can
What do you mean by 94%? On the
normal percent of the oxygen. We can
Okay.
assess the oxygen saturation.
Okay.
With
By-
that's the pulse oximeter.
by oximeter?
Pulse oximeter.
Okay, that's right.
Oximeter.
That's right.
That's assess the oxygen saturation in the blood.
Right.
If oxygen saturation is decreasing in
That's right.
pattern, then we need some hospital admission and ICU, like ICU admission or high dependency unit.
Hold on a second. Dr. Rabia, do you believe that Dr. Farhan is saying right?
Obviously, he's saying right. In pregnant patients, on the other hand, isolation is the same as we done similarly in other patients of the COVID-19.
Right, okay.
There is a specific criteria for the isolation in the pregnant patient.
Right.
Actually, self-isolation of minimum 7 days is very essential. And if some patient is unable to isolate herself and living among other individuals, then the 14 days isolation is necessary in these cases. And after 7 to 14 days of isolation period, 2 consecutive real PCR testing should be negative, a part of the 7 days. And sometimes it happens that the PCR can be negative, but the patient is having symptoms like fever. And as you know, the corona virus has the 3 salient or the main features like the fever, cough, and the shortness of breath. But I want to highlight one point, that in pregnant patients, discrimination of fever is very important. Either it is due to the corona infection or some other pathological condition is undergoing. Like most of the pregnant females have symptoms of the cystitis. Cystitis is a condition in which the bladder wall infection can occur, and basically patients have symptoms of the burning sensation when they pass urine or the increased frequency
Right.
of urination.
Dr. Rabe, I'll hold you here. You just said there are symptoms. Can you please explain this thing in Urdu so the viewers of the wide range, they can understand that? Can you please explain this last sentence in Urdu, please?
Yes. एक्चुअली कोरोना वायरस के जो 3 इम्पोर्टेंट सिम्टम्स हैं, उसमें एक तो बुखार हो जाता है पेशेंट को,
ठीक,
उसका जो सांस उखड़ना शुरू हो जाता है,
Right.
और उसका गला खराब होता है या उसको खांसी स्टार्ट हो जाती
Okay.
है. अब समटाइम्स ये होता है कि हमारे यहाँ PCR टेस्ट जो कर रहे हैं उसकी सेंसिटिविटी इतनी ज्यादा नहीं है, वो 65 to 70% सेंसिटिव है. तो इस केस में डॉक्टर्स को डिफरेंशिएट करना ये बहुत जरूरी है कि प्रेग्नेंट पेशेंट्स में ये फीवर जो है वो कोरोना इन्फेक्शन की वजह से चल रहा है या प्रेग्नेंट फीमेल के अपने कोई कॉमन सिम्टम्स होते हैं जिनकी वजह से ये फीवर हो सकता है.
Dr. Rabe, before you go, I need to ask a last question from you, from your for the viewers' knowledge.
Yeah.
Do you believe that in the recent days, almost 100 days are over of COVID-19, I mean, you know, the campaign about the pregnant women and their protection and the efforts made by government is very, very low in demand? I mean, the efforts are very, very none at the moment. Do you believe that?
Actually, the efforts from the doctor side are going enough. Because when the patients are coming to us and their visitors are
Sorry,
coming,
what did you say? That the efforts are enough or not enough?
From the doctor side, we are doing enough efforts from our
No,
side.
I'm not talking about the doctors. I'm talking about the government officials. That the awareness about the pregnant women and their care, the efforts are enough or not enough?
Okay. Yeah, from the government side, I think efforts are not very enough.
Yeah.
Because governments are not providing the enough facilities for our patients.
Exactly.
For example, the facility of ventilators is not enough. The availability of beds, and especially the government hospitals, the wards are not very hygienically
That's right.
yes, clean. And a lot of patients are coming with the COVID positivity.
That's
And
right.
for the pregnant patients, it could be specifically separated wards in which they can deliver their babies.
That's right.
And and the labor room should be very hygienically
Yes.
well ventilated. So I think government is not doing very well in this aspect.
Right. Dr. Rabia, I salute you again on the 100 days of COVID-19. Please do care of yourself and your family, because as you people are saving our lives. I hope that on the next program you will come into my studio and we're going to talk live to the audience. Is it okay to you, right?
Sure, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rabia. Have a nice weekend. Okay, viewers, she was Dr. Rabia, one of the renowned doctor of Capital Hospital Islamabad. She's a gynecologist. She described a brief note on the pregnant women and how we protect the future of our babies, the future of Pakistan. Let's go back to the Dr. Farhan and the topic, because the time's running out of our program. We have to conclude the program. The very vital question I'm going to ask right now, and the viewers' demand. On the viewers' demand, I'm asking this question right now. Dr. Farhan, rumors about the patients with the chronic diseases having corona as well. Just think that, okay?
Yes.
They declared as a corona death. That means, I mean, if I need to talk in Urdu, मैं उसको समझाना चाहूँ व्यूअर्स के लिए कि क्या कहते हैं कि जिनको पुरानी बीमारी होती है उनको कोरोना डिक्लेयर करके डेथ को शामिल कर लिया जाता है. So that rumors are on in Pakistan at the moment. So can you please specify this?
Yes. Basically, corona disease mainly affect those peoples which have comorbids like hypertension, diabetes, ischemic heart disease, stroke, and asthma or COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. These patients have already immunocompromised, have low immunity. So these are the vulnerable age group. Or similarly, with comorbids, or
That's right.
similarly the patient over the 60 years of age.
Okay.
So these patients have already low immunity. Any disease can attack these patients. So
Yeah. Okay. So the thing which I've conceived from the Dr. Farhan, that if the patient is hypertension or a lungs patient or a kidney patient or a diabetes patient, if he or she affected by a COVID, might be, if they're gonna die, so they will declare as a corona patient. Doesn't matter they got a chronic disease in the past.
Yes, because we are treating these patients, we are treating the presenting features in the background of the COVID, in the background of any disease, comorbid condition.
Dr. Farhan,
Suppose
your 30 seconds, I need that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any patient presenting with a history of in the past hypertension, diabetes, and presenting now with a feature of fever, myalgia, cough, shortness of breath, difficulty in breathing,
That's right.
and their remaining tests in the favor of the COVID, then we're treating these patients as a COVID
Last
disease.
10 seconds from you.
Yes.
The efforts from the government to deal with this pandemic are enough, yes or no?
Yes, and efforts from the government, because that's, we are the third world country.
Okay.
We have already economical issues.
That's right.
The government is treating this, handling this situation
Right.
very effectively.
That's right. To some extent.
Yes, to some, because that's
Okay.
due to the economical issue.
Because I'll just talk to Dr. Rabi and he
Because-
says that the things are not enough, but what I'm saying is to some extent.
Yes, there's in the Islamabad and in the peripheral areas, government is doing a very good job just for providing the things, PPE, providing the PPEs,
That's right.
similarly providing the different type of medicines, and the ventilatory supports is also available in the patients. We can, we should appreciate.
Thank you very much, Dr. Farhan. Viewers, Dr. Rabia Kamal and Dr. Farhan gave us a very fantabulous ideas, tips, and the history of PCR significance and how to protect the pregnant women. Viewers, the positive things has to be appreciated. Prime Minister Imran Khan vision is coming forward. It's coming through. The people are observing it, but we have to appreciate the positive things. Two things from this program I have concluded. Number one, the COVID 100 days are over, and number two, be positive, stay safe, Pakistan. Long live Pakistan. Signing off, Ray Shams.
जब छाँव धूप में बदलेगी, जब गरीब के घर का चूल्हा बुझेगा, जब इंसाफ एक मुश्किल पहेली बन जाए, जब तालीम और रोजगार आम आदमी के लिए नायाब हो जाएगा, तब मेरे मुल्क के हर एक कोने से एक ही आवाज आएगी, ये तो होगा।